Greetings, everybody. This is Chairman Capo Daniel of the People's Right Advocative Platform. I greet you wherever you may be watching me from. I want to give you my own prediction for the election in the United States of America. I believe everybody knows somebody or have a family member who is voting in the United States election. It is indeed the melting pot of the world. Every tribe in the world have somebody living in America. It's a beautiful country, an example of a global village and how we want the world to be. We only wish in Africa we could be able to choose our own leaders and our votes could count. Americans, even in Africa, are voting in this election, and we all wish we have a say in what goes on in this very consequential election. So the election is between the Vice President of America, Kamala Harris, and the former President Donald Trump. I believe right now, based on the polls that are coming in, Kamala Harris have, I think, 1.2 percentage lead against Donald Trump. And both of them, it is basically a tie within the margin of error. It's within the margin of error. I think the election will boil down to swing states like Michigan and Wisconsin. So watch out for these two states. Their result will determine for me who is going to be the next president of the United States. What is my prediction? Based on their debates and based on pollings in America, we think that Donald Trump will likely win the election. I believe he will likely win, even though Kamala Harris have a lead right now according to exit polls. I do believe that Donald Trump is going to win because of three main things. First of all, he win in the hearts of Americans about their priorities in this election. All of them thinks the economic is a priority. And everybody in America agrees that Donald Trump's economy was far more better than that of Joe Biden. The second issue is immigration. Americans are very worried about the massive immigration that is coming in through the border of Mexico. In the issue of immigration, Donald Trump still wins the debate. The other issue is foreign policy, which I completely disagree. Donald Trump have a bizarre position concerning Ukraine and Russia, but I think that is minimal. For the vast majority of Kamala Harris, her supporters are mainly women who are very concerned about their rights to have abortion. That also is very minimal. It is very difficult to have a woman become the president of the United States of America. I do believe that. So it will boil down to Wisconsin and Michigan. These two states will definitely decide who is the next president of America. And based on my observation and research work about these two states, I believe they are going to choose Donald Trump. So eventually, I predict that Donald Trump is going to be the winner and the next president of the United States of America. Many African pastors, as you know, makes prediction or so-called prophetic prophecies about who is going to win the United States election. I want to just discourage those type of behavior. People can make prediction based on their calculation of probability, not just coming up and claiming that it's because of God and that. I am a conservative. I believe in choosing candidates that reflects my value. And in terms of these values for us in Africa, we think that the Republicans reflects this value more than the Democrats. But majority of African Americans are Democrats in their inclination. So we recognize that. And we continue to monitor the election in the United States of America. And we hope that one day us in Africa will be able to have the privilege where our vote will count. The people in Uganda, they long for a time when they can be able to choose their own leader through the ballot. But that may never happen because we are powerless to face the dictatorships that are in Africa that have their knees on our neck, whether it is in Cameroon, even in Rwanda. The freedom to choose is very low. Kenya have a higher degree of democracy in Africa. Ghana have a higher degree of democracy. South Africa have a higher degree of democracy. But we still have majority of the African countries under dictatorship. And somehow Africans have lost hope in democracy due to the behavior of the West, supporting dictatorship, assassinating African leaders. It has created Africans' delusion towards democracy. But the vast majority of African people believes and hope for a democratic Africa where it is one man, one vote, where our people's vote can actually count. For we in the People's Right Advocative Platform, we advocate that the beautiful Africa which we have inherited from the white and colonial era, it is opportunity for every African state to sit together as a people of those nations to draw up their own social contract and their own constitution that reflects power sharing amongst the various African tribes. Our democracy should reflect this reality. We are a tribal people. We are proud of our identity, and that identity must be reflected on our type of governance and state. Otherwise, the issue of government and the state will still be an abstract issue for the man on the street in Africa. So we wish the Americans good luck. For the first time, we are hearing about threat of people not accepting results or people having rioting in America because of results. We will continue to monitor this, and we wish Americans all the luck. God bless you all.